History has never been a novelty to man because it has existed from the beginning. Many generations have lived with it until now. So we can rightly conclude that it is the bridge of communication between we living now and our past generations. And it will continue to exist as long as this planet Earth lives. One of the things we continue to enjoy about history is the history and culture of people. But before then, welcome to another episode of Goldentalkz. A big shout out to all my friends and followers. Thank you so very much for subscribing to my channel. Please do so if you've not subscribed. And also you can share with your friends, families and everyone so they can join you to enjoy this video. Please don't forget to click on the notification bell so you can get all my releases as soon as any of them comes out. Nigeria is blessed with so many cultures. We have the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Igalas, the Tivs. Name them, we have a lot of them. Interestingly, I want to talk about one culture, the Gbagyi culture. There are a few states occupied by the Gbagyis in Nigeria. We have the FCT Abuja, we have the Kogi, the Niger, the Nasarawa, and the Kaduna states. These are just some few states that they occupy in Nigeria. On today's episode, I have a guest in the house by name Godspower Shawo, and he is here to answer some questions that I have for him about their culture. And for those of us who are not aware, Godspower is was my schoolmate in primary school. Yes, we attended the same primary school here in Abuja, and he's a native of the Gbagyis. So I have invited him here, so he's going to educate us more about their culture. So Prince Godspower Shawo, I'm pleased to have you in the house.
Thank you too. Thank you for having me.
I have some questions for you, about 6 of them, but we'll begin by you introducing yourself to the audience.
Alright, so I'm Ambassador Shawo Godspower, a native of Dusepe Chiefdom in Buarira Council.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
During my research, I discovered that you guys have 2 distinct dialects. That's the Bari and the Gbagyi. Can you please tell us a bit of that?
Alright, FCT is blessed with the Gbagyi being the major and predominant language in it, and we have dialects under it. We have the Bari Ama and we have the Bari Ngenge, and you could find the Bari Ngenge majorly in the Gwagwalada axis and Kuje, while the other ones you could find them in Amak and Bari area council.
Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
What about your food?
Okay, we the Gbagyis, we are known with a very nice meal called je and or jepo. It is actually made out of a corn flour, just the way you make our semo. That is how you make your jepo, but you make use of preservatives of the ash water to get your jepo ready. Now let's say when you have your jepo, that is your corn flour done in semo form, the jepo is the smashed one. In the morning you could get a mold of it, just the way you serve your semo in molds. So you could get a mold of the SJ and smash it in water, and you have your sauce as the kandolo. Kandolo is the locust bean that we all use in our meals. So the way you use we use kandolo as our sauce, that is the locust bean, which we all know. You mix it with garden egg, you slice your garden egg, then you can add your pepper, your salt, your maggi, which serves as your sauce, and you take your jepo, which has been smashed into water, and you take your sauce. And also historically, when our people used to go for war, when they were exhausted from war, or even if anyone was wounded, it serves as oral rehydration therapy. So when they come back, that is the first thing they take. When they take it, they regain their strength from the war. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You know, the reason behind this question is that a few months ago, my mom's school had their cultural day.
Okay.
So they prepared a lot of cultural food, the Hausas, the Yorubas, it was different cultural food. So she brought your language soup to the house.
Wow.
So I decided to eat out of it. That was what prompted me to answer this question out of curiosity.
Wow.
The third and very important question is, why do you guys carry load on your back neck?
Okay. Well, why we carry load on our backs and not the head Well, the head is regarded as the king, and where you have a king, the king needs to be preserved. The king doesn't need to be stressed. So our people sees the head as a king, and as of such, the to carry load on the head will be a stress on the head. I know the head is a vital part of the body. It is with the head you reason. So if the head is destroyed with load, what part of the body will reason to take care of the other part? So the head is the king of the body. So as such, our people carry load on their shoulder. And also, if you check, the shoulder is a very strong part of the body that enables you to carry any form of load. So our people carries load on the shoulder because the king doesn't need to be stressed. If you have a king in the community, the first thing you do is to preserve and protect that king, because if the king is attacked, then any other thing can happen to the people of that community. So the head is the king and needs to be preserved.
You know, two things I appreciate about you guys are your simplicity and industriousness. Your simplicity is depicted in your mode of dressing and the way your houses are constructed, while your industriousness is revealed in your daily activities. Can you please tell us more about that?
Okay. Our people are known to be hardworking people, and we were made predominantly farmers. Our areas are farming, and anybody that is a farmer cannot be lazy. So every son or every child from the Gbagyi kingdom must be industrious. It is in our nature that wherever you find a Gbagyi person, that person is industrious, because we don't encourage laziness in any form. Rather, we encourage you to be hardworking. And that is why even now, where we don't have farm again, if you give a Gbagyi man an environment, he's ready to put in his best, to give in his best to see that there is maximum production. So we are industrious in our nature. That's how God has made us. No Gbagyi man can ever be seen to be lazy. I said maybe if in modern times, as time evolves, where we have parents who may no longer pass on the culture of the people, and I think which is even the reason why for this show today, so that others can try to see where they are coming from, regain their identity.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Like, I see your elderly ones, those that are as old as my grandma, carrying logs of firewood, very heavy ones, on their shoulder. Honestly, when I see them, I'm impressed that if the elderly ones can do this, those who are 70, 80 years, how much more me?
In fact, my grandma from my mother's side, she was still going to the farm even almost to her death. We were begging her not to go. This was a woman who was over 100, but she was still strong. Why? Because from youth she has been industrious.
I see your elderly ones going distances with heavy logs of firewood just to sell them.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive. I came to Abuja in the year 2001. You know how Abuja was before civilization.
Yeah.
Everything in Abuja was natural. So next question is, how do you pronounce God in the Gbagyi language?
Okay, God is called Shekwo in our language. Shekwo, that is God.
Okay.
Yes.
And how do you say good morning and thank you?
Okay, if you want to say good morning, you say Hagife, then good evening, Hazeri.
Okay, Hazeri.
Yes, that is good evening. Then Hagife, that is good morning.
Alright. So, and the last question is, which religion do you guys mostly practice?
Okay, the Gbagyi man is known with the African tradition, which is a traditional form of worship. But as civilization comes, we now have predominantly or more, we have more of Christians, and we still have our traditional worshippers, and we also have the Muslims amongst us. So we can say by now the Gbagyi people, we are now traditional. We have traditional worshippers, we have Christians, and we have a couple of Muslims. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much, Gospel Washawu. I'm elated to have you in the house.
Thank you so much for having me today.
So, we all have heard from a native of the Gbagyi. I've been here since 2001, over 20 years, and it's so funny that most of the things he said are new to me. The vitality of learning about your environment, it will help you acclimatize. I'm not going to say much on this, but there's a community in Cross River State named Becheves people. They trade humans for money, they exchange humans for money. For instance, I have a younger sibling or a daughter who is sick and I'm unable to foot her hospital bill. If you, a man, lend me the money and she finally gets well, she becomes your wife irrespective of the age differences. They even marry unborn children. That is their culture and it should be respected. So if you or I find ourselves in their environment, are we going to know the vitality of learning more about our culture? So thank you very much for making our time to listen to my video. Please do not forget to share with your friends and everyone. Let them subscribe and also learn more about my releases. Thank you very much. See you in the next two.